What is going on YouTube? My name is Bancroft. Thank you for tuning in. And today we have round 2 from our local shop Showdown. And today's matchup is Luke taking on Chirrut. I'm probably going to say that wrong at some point. For some reason, it's just hard for me to say Chirrut. So please bear with me if I do mess it up. Luke is playing with the ECL while Chirrut is playing Tarkin Town. Very interesting. I've actually never seen a Chirrut deck in action before, and this was a very interesting back and forth match to some degree. You'll see what I mean when we get to it. Like always, there's buttons, links down below. Feel free to click it there for a reason. But let's kind of get into it. And like always, we're going to start with the leaders just as a reminder what they can do and their capabilities. So Luke on the undeployed side has it for one resource. Action, you exhaust this card. Give a shield token to a heroic unit that you play this phase. Pretty cool. Once you deploy, it's a 4/7. And then on attack, you give a shield token, which is pretty cool. All right, Chirrut is, as an action, you exhaust it, you give a unit +0/+2 for this phase, and then once deployed, very interesting mechanic here. So during the action phase, this unit isn't defeated by having no remaining HP. During the regroup phase, if it has no remaining HP, then you defeat it. So it's a 3/5. If you somehow put 5 points of damage on it and then you heal it before the end of the whole phase, it's good. It's still alive, which is pretty awesome. And then ECL play a unit, immediately give it ambush to attack with, and then Tarkin Town, you deal 3 damage to a non-leader unit, which is pretty cool. So we're going to kind of get into the cards that have been played already. We have on the Chirrut side, we have the Green Squadron A-Wing, which has Raid 2. And then we have, following that up with the Alliance Dispatcher on the Luke side, which now has a shield as well. But as an action, you exhaust it, play a unit from your hand, and it costs 1 less. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We had a Fleet Lieutenant play, which threw me off for half a second. What happened there? I had to check the audio on that one. He was expecting the Luke player to play something else, and when they didn't do that, they just went ahead and played the card afterwards. And we've already seen a couple of, at least one Caden come out to the board and immediately go away, followed up by another Caden on the Chirrut's side. So right now we're sitting at a 4-0 when it comes to damage to base. And both these bases are a 25-point base. And oh yeah, the reason why Caden's gone on Luke's side is because Tarkin Town was activated its effect. We got Bright Hope coming in with no bounce effect, but we do get the Sentinel on space side, kind of keeping it protected in the space zone. And I think I did miss the play earlier. There was a resupply that did happen on Luke's side. We got X-Wing coming in to boost Chirrut, which is a very good play because now Chirrut goes from a 3/5 into a 5/7, just making it more of a beefier card. So we got a little debating going on here. We do have Yoda hitting the board. Yoda's really good if it could stay on the board because it has Restore 2, and then when defeated, you choose any number of players. They each draw 1 card. But Yoda is gone, which allows them to draw a card afterwards. And one of Caden's things, which I find very interesting in this matchup, we're going to see as well, is that when Caden attacks, you may discard 1 card from the defending player's deck for each friendly Spectre unit. You heal 1 damage to your base for each different aspect among the discarded card. So we got some healing going on here as well. So we're sitting at 7 resources for the Luke player, and 6 for, I think 6. Yeah, now 6, all right, for the Chirrut player. And Luke does have the initiative going into this turn. There's a couple options. We can see that they're looking at a redemption right now. It's a possible way to kind of bring their health back down to, at most, 1. But instead, we got the deployed leader coming out, which is not bad. You got a little 4/7 action going on here. Okay, force throw. Choose a player. That player discards a card. Looks like he chose himself to discard a Luke Skywalker. And since Chirrut is a force user, which gives him, and also is Caden, then they may deal damage to another card, just instantly take out Luke. That was really strong. It kind of took me a second to figure out what happened there when I went over this video. But man, he was waiting for that for a bit. We did get redemption out, which brings the Luke player back down to 1 HP, almost pretty much tying this game up a bit. And also Redemption does have Sentinel as well, so it's another form of protection to the base, but with it only having 1 additional health, it wasn't going to last long, but it did what it needed to do to keep things on the Luke side kind of in a more balanced place. But unfortunately, Luke is now losing all of his units. It looks like the Chirrut player is kind of taking advantage of this now by rebuilding, reboosting. Man, that is now a 7-9. I don't think Chirrut's going away unless we have a Vanquish coming out at some point this turn. Or at least these couple turns. Sitting at 8-0 now. Luke's sitting at 8 resources. So we're going over some effects here. 8 to 7, so everyone's already done all the resourcing. All right, so we're getting a Sentinel on board. Kind of a little protection here. Didn't last long, unfortunately. Discarding a Caden here for its effect. Got a couple of options here. I see R2. We see, I think, a Fleet Lieutenant. R2 will be a good option too. Yeah, we've got R2 hitting the board, which allows both on play and on attack, which will allow them to look top card of their deck. I was a bit confused here when you put the marker on ECL because it didn't look like he actually attacked with R2 because no one took damage from that attack. So I'm not sure what happened there in the confusion of what happened or all thing because like technically they should have been able to scry twice. Bringing the damage up to Luke's side to 10 points while Chirrut has 0. Keep in mind these rounds are best of 3. So we're going to get at least another 1 to 2 rounds after this match as well. But we're getting home 1 play on the board, which has Restore 2. Each other friendly unit gains Restore 1 as well, which is a good healing factor here if you could keep boards going. But when played, you could play a heroic unit from your discard pile. It costs 3 less, so we're getting the Sentinel to come back out for a little bit of protection on the Luke side. Giving a shield to the Sentinel player, just kind of keeping alive for those 2 attacks. But Luke Skywalker himself comes out. Actually lost the card. I was going to read the effect. There it is. So yeah, what happened there is on play, you give an enemy -3/-3 for the phase. If the friendly unit was defeated this phase, give that enemy if an enemy unit was defeated, you give it a -6/-6 instead. Redemption comes back out to kind of get a little bit more healing going on here, just trying to keep it protected from whatever may occur this turn. We got 3 attackers on the ground side though. Ooh, losing that Obi-Wan. And at this point, they just realize, yeah, it's just be better to go into game 2. There's no way that they're going to be able to kind of pull this off. So we got a little sideboarding happening in a second as we go into the second round. I don't think I mentioned it at all in this video yet. Due to the spacing of the table, there is a weird kind of like midline cut edit. It's just where I bring the mats a little bit closer so it's a little easier to see what's going on. So let me know in the comments, like when it comes to both these 2 decks, if these are decks you do enjoy playing. Like I said, I hadn't seen a Chirrut. I don't think I've ever seen Chirrut in action at any event I've gone to. And yeah, I actually have never really looked at Chirrut myself. So seeing this guy play this deck kind of gives me an idea. Just kind of give it a shot. Like I do want to play it with every leader at some point in the game when I have the time, obviously. So getting our resources down for phase 1. It's like the Luke player does have initiative right now. We get R2 coming to the board, just immediately get those scries off. And then we see Sabine hitting the board, which will kind of do some damage while they poke other cards they want to, or just do 3 points of damage directly to the base. And for a good turn setup, also getting that Alliance Dispatcher back out as well. It's a good turn 1 for Luke. You get some scries, you get some possible cheap plays going on. And yeah, Sabine taking out the Alliance Dispatcher is probably the best call that you could do there. Paying 3 for X-Wing, boosting up Sabine a bit more. getting a scry off R2D2 and poking at Chirrut's deck base. There we go. And getting another Sentinel on the board for just the protection. Sabine going for the trade here, but still gets to be able to do 1 additional damage to the base of Luke. Luke plays Bright Hope. Just got that protection there. And we have Caden coming back out to the board once again with some more scrying happening. All right, we're into phase 4 with Caden taking R2D2. I think the wording was used, I think you're done scrying. Get a Fleet Lieutenant here for Bright Hope, get a little extra damage put onto Tarkentown, and Chirrut comes out to play. Giving a shield token to the Fleet Lieutenant, kind of keeping it alive, and X-Wing boosting up Chirrut once more. All right, we're going into a 6 resource turn. And as a reminder, Luke can come out this phase. Questions, what is going to be the first action here? Chirrut taking out the Fleet Lieutenant. And we're seeing a takedown here. Yeah. I think, if I recall the audio, they were predicting that to occur, so they went ahead and just clean up the board to keep it from happening. And Caden over here keeping the heals going on. Very strong. Luke coming up for the deploy, followed by another force throw. Man, once again, most likely hanging on to that. Bright Hope going for the swing, get a little couple extra damage out. And getting a K2 on board. K2 is really good because it can either hit the hand or just deal 3 damage when it's taken care of. And it's just naturally a 4/4. Up to 8 resources for this phase. I think we see another redemption here. Get some healing going on if they need to be. We also got Obi-Wan. I think another Caden as well. It's kind of hard to tell what I saw in the hand. Obi-Wan hitting the board. Now, as a reminder, Obi-Wan does have Sentinel, which kind of forces your opponent to have to deal with it. He is a 4/6. But also, when defeated, you get 2 experience tokens to another friendly unit. And if it's a force unit, you get to draw a card, which is pretty cool. Which he doesn't have any additional force units right now on board. We got K2 kind of doing some damage to it. Then turn around doing 3 more damage to their base. And using Tarkentown just to finish off finish off Obi-Wan, which will boost Bright Hope in this situation. And forcing the Luke player to discard 2 cards to get in 2 more draws off that feels really good because I think that was all Luke's hand. Ooh, trawling to 2 Cadens. Here we're just talking about where there was the accident of flipping of the leader. He could have possibly done a shield token. Just kind of rehashing what happened there. We got Caden hitting the board. There we go. Just trying to find the right. Oh, man, it's gone. Open fire, yeah. Bright Hope swinging in. Get a Fleet Lieutenant to swing with the X-Wing here. Kind of dealing some damage to Bright Hope. Going to end the phase here. I think I saw them draw into a Luke. Yep, there it is. Getting Luke out. It's going to be really nice. removes the threat. And we got the Chirrut's own redemption here, kind of going down to 2 damage to the base. Chirrut does have the initiative right now. We got pain 5 for a vanquish. Yeah, just kind of get rid of the Luke and deals with the shield it had as well, which is pretty nice. Blue Lieutenant taking using Bright Hope to kind of take out the redemption. Another Fleet Lieutenant just coming right back at them. Caden following up on that play, giving it a shield using Luke. Blue with their takedowns, pretty good. Stealing of a unit with traitorous, very good. Kind of controlled the board to some degree for a comeback. Using Fleet Lieutenant on a Fleet Lieutenant, getting a little extra damage out there, and removing the upgraded card to get the Fleet Lieutenant back, and that is game. Yeah, that was crazy. Like I said, I've never seen a Chirrut player or a deck play, and that was really exciting. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Keep in mind his buttons down below, and come back tomorrow as we'll have our round 3 game as well.